Wait. What weapon is best?
Doesn't matter, bro. You're gonna die anyway. Ready up.
Wait. Do I need a helmet?
You will probably have like 2 or 3 unlocked in max. Anything but the bike helmet.
Yeah, I would never do that one. Why is the Team Wendy $1,000 more than the Hardhead Veterans?
So a better helmet, just ready up.
They are literally like 1% difference. The angled look for the Team Wendy actually is kind of cool.
Are you one of those dudes who picks armor because of what it looks like and not because of the stats?
Oh, screw stats. Team Wendy got drip. All right, ready up. Ballistic helmet review. I was gonna do an opening talking about why you need a helmet in our modern day and age, but if you clicked on this video, I'm willing to bet that you are Team Helmet. Team Wendy Exfil Ballistic versus the Hardhead Veterans ATE. To be clear, this is not a ballistic test. This is a hardware, fit, finish, comfortability, weight, that type of stuff, comparison and contrast. None of this is sponsored, by the way. Generally speaking, at least when I was originally getting these, there was about $1,000 difference. So what does that $1,000 bring to the table? So I see a lot of people buy a more budget helmet, like the Hardhead Veterans, and then they try to defend their decision by saying it's just as good as higher end helmets. Conversely, I see people drop $2,000 on a helmet and then explain why every other helmet that's $10 or less than their favorite helmet is absolute trash. But I think I'm a little bit immune to buyer's remorse because I bought them both. So I'm going to start with the obvious price, the Hardhead Veterans ATE. When I bought it, it was about $400. Recently, it has updated to a price of $566 for the Team Wendy. The Team Wendy Exfil Ballistic, this is not the lightweight version, this is the standard version. It's coming in at $1,326 US. In the realm of ballistic helmets, that's actually pretty cheap. I know that's a little bit disheartening to hear, but I mean, you only got one head, so helmets matter. Let's just put it that way. Now let's start with weight. Now I'll be doing this with pounds. I don't use measurements of countries without a flag on the moon. So this Hardhead Veterans ATE high cut is coming in at just about 3 pounds. This particular model, I actually measured in at 2.9 pounds. So I don't know what that means. Maybe my scale's just a little bit off. Conversely, the Team Wendy is advertised as 2.22 pounds. I actually weighed it as 2.5. Do with that what you will. I'm willing to bet that a multi-million-dollar company might have better scales than me. In my humble opinion, and in my sore neck, that ½ pound plus that the Team Wendy takes off is a major win. It does not sound like a lot, but I promise you it is. Especially if you start adding some contacts on it, that ½ pound makes a massive difference. I am a big fan of the angular look for the Team Wendy. You got that more standard, sleek, smooth look for the Hardhead Veterans. This is completely subjective, except for one fact, in that the Team Wendy is a lower poly count, which gets you higher frames per second. So, the night vision mount. The Hardhead Veterans night vision mount is a solid, apparently milled, maybe, could be forged, not quite sure, looks milled, block of aluminum. That does add some significant weight, and I'm certain that's where some of the weight comes in. In contrast, the Team Wendy, the mount is plastic with an insert for high friction, load-bearing areas made of aluminum. Let's talk chin strap. Both of them have a leather insert on the chin, unlike Ops Core, which really helps. If you've ever worn these for a long time, that makes a difference, especially if you start getting sweaty. The chin strap for the Hardhead Veterans has a magnetic attachment. What's so important about that? I quite frankly don't know. Maybe someone with better education than I in the comments could fill me in, but currently I don't see much of an advantage to it. It looks cool when you do that. It feels good, but I can't imagine a scenario where it would actually make much of a difference. I think it takes just as long to put on as a traditional buckle. I'm also worried about going through brush, that maybe this thing could just snag. What do you guys think? Now, Team Wendy has a much more standard chin strap. Just a buckle. I don't think there's much of a disadvantage. I think the magnetic buckle is really cool. I think a symbol buckle just gets the job done. Should be noted, hardhead veterans make some of their ballistic helmets with a standard buckle. Depends on, sometimes they run out of stock of these, so you can get either or. Velcro positions, the standard position, you got the ones on the side for either ID or, you know, if you want to put a feather there, you know. On top, IR illuminators, that type of stuff, battery packs in the back. These parts are open on both. That's where you're going to put your tape if you're a breacher. So as for the Velcro, it's identical for both of them. That's a win for both. Let's talk backface deformation. The Team Wendy is ultra high molecular density polyethylene. Polyethylene has a weird way. It can stop some high velocity rounds, which are much larger. I've seen some of these tank some pretty gnarly rounds, but they also suck against things like piercing faster, smaller rounds. It's weird. It's a weird beast. The Hardhead Veterans is a standard pressed Chinese Kevlar. You hear that phrase Chinese and you get a little red flag we're going to talk about in a moment. So their ballistic performance is actually a little different, but one thing they share in common is they both have some pretty gnarly backface deformation. Both have more backface deformation than I would like. Some of it's pretty gnarly. Now, I've heard directly from comments from the Hardhead Veteran crew that all you do is put more foam pads on the inside. The fit of the Hardhead Veteran is a little bit wider and more bubbly than some other helmets, and their solution to that, to bring an affordable helmet to the common man, is just add more space in between the skull and the helmet. So some of the backface deformation does concern me. They are very, very transparent though about their rigorous testing. They got all the information, all their NIJ equivalent certification. Fun fact, I have been told there is no helmet on the market that's actually NIJ certified. It tested to NIJ standards. NIJ never actually certified any helmets. That's what I was told. However, I have seen a Team Wendy Exfil Ballistic, normal, not the light version, take a 7.62/39 subsonic. That's equivalent to an AK round from about 600 meters away plus. I have seen it take it and tank it. There was some backface deformation, serious, but definitely not lethal. And a level 3A helmet consistently stopping subsonic AK rounds is not to be scoffed at. I have heard, by word of mouth, that the Team Wendy Exfil Ballistic has a little bit better ballistic protection than Ops Core. I don't know if that's true or not. This is just a general review, not a ballistic review. Maybe we'll revisit that someday. I'm not shooting my new helmet. From what I have seen though, regardless of word of mouth, the Team Wendy, for single hit capabilities, it is on the top of the class, including high-end alternative options, often more expensive, like Ops Core or Bush? How's it pronounced? You know what I'm talking about. As for the Hardhead Veterans, compared to a ACH or standard surplus helmet you can get, it's got a little more backface deformation than I personally am comfortable with. Does this mean it's not an option? Absolutely not. It just means that the Hardhead Veterans is a common armor loop drop. The Team Wendy is a rare armor loop drop. If you want to see Team Wendy survive a subsonic AK round to the back of the head, I'm going to include a video below. I think it's Oxide. He did a great video on it. It's pretty cool. Team Wendy politics! For a long time, I avoided buying a Team Wendy because of their political affiliations that they chose to align themselves with, of a political individual who lost the 2016 election. That was frowned upon a lot by the gun community because of this individual's stance on infringing basic human rights of self-defense. Supposedly she came to their manufacturing plant, they showed her around, blah yada yada. A lot of people have been avoiding buying Team Wendy because they viewed this as political support of this candidate. I'm here to tell you, things have changed because in September of 2020, Avon Protection bought the Team Wendy company. You guys know Avon. They're the peeps who make your favorite gas masks, like the Avon M50. But If you're worried about the politics, as I was, it is not the same fundamental company. Is Avon based? Is Avon cringe? You tell me. However, Hardhead Veterans is no stranger to drama. There is some conflict with the Hardhead Veterans helmet as well, because the shells for all their standard Kevlar ballistics are pressed in China. Now, in contrast, the ATE Light, which is their lightweight, ultra-high molecular density polyethylene shell, is actually pressed in, I believe it's Clearwater, Texas, but it is also nearly twice the price shell-wise. But a lot of that is just because China doesn't play by the same rules of human rights and dignity as we are, so there is a price tag for that. Now, for a hot minute back there, it did feel like they were being a little unclear about this. Nowadays on the website, they very clearly say fibers sourced from the United States and the Netherlands, I think it is, pressed in China. So I do actually, congratulations, thank you for being clear about that. That makes me more likely to buy a product, not less likely. But some people, myself included, are still skeptical of Chinese products. Now, it is not 1990 anymore. Whether we like it or not, China has become the world factory, and they are capable, keyword capable, of producing quality equal to America at 1/3 the price. My social credit just went up, but that is a sad reality we have to accept. My fear is not their ability to produce good quality. It is their ability to care enough to quality control it. Hardhead Veterans does batch test their helmets to pretty strict NIJ equivalent standards, and all the information and testing is on their website, very clear and open. It is also, in my opinion, from my experiences on the tube, the most privately YouTuber tested, with actual video behind it, tested helmet on the internet. And all of them do seem pretty consistent. Still, they are batch tested, and that is mitigation, not prevention of failures. I think my issue is not with Hardhead Veterans as a company at all. Their standards are admirable. China's is not. And my fear is not with Hardhead Veterans' quality, it's with China's ability to live up to Hardhead Veterans' quality. The word on the street is that they are planning to try to move their manufacturing whole process to the States. I have no citation for this, but I'm excited if it's true, and it definitely would increase my willingness to recommend this as a helmet. Regardless, I'm interested in trying out their ATE Light one day. Please send me, sponsor me, Hardhead Veterans. I think the biggest difference, in my opinion, is the padding. The Hardhead Veterans ATE comes with a lot of excess padding. You can customize it any way you want. It does feel a little flat and lackluster in my opinion. It's fine. It's very fine padding. The Team Wendy, on the other hand, is very comfortable. The foam, it's not like foam, it's almost like a gel, like a really weird, hard gel. I think they call it like absorbium or zorbium or something. It's weird. It's fun to push. It's fun to squeeze. The inserts on them, even the black inserts which you put in yourself, they kind of feel like a cold pack in the fridge. They're really weird, but they're light. It just feels, the padding on the Team Wendy just feels very holistically well thought out. It just sits on your head well. I actually removed some of the pads because it was too padded. It just feels good. It just feels solid. I could wear this for long periods of time. And for my limited testing of it, it is kind of new with me. Between the weight and the fit, it just does not feel like, it feels like I'm wearing a bike helmet. I love it. Also, a benefit thing is this ratchet system. It's got a little ratchet system on the back. You can pop out, loosen up, push in. I think that's pretty standard. Now that I have it, I definitely didn't need it before, but it's kind of hard to go back. I could definitely imagine this making a big difference if you're carrying night vision or GoPro on the front. It's a little detail. It's definitely not necessary. I do kind of like it. It's pretty cool. Team Wendy, the Hardhead Veterans. Why did I eventually upgrade to the Team Wendy? Well, I plan on wearing this for long periods of time. The extra retention systems and the comfort of the padding and the lightness really were the defining factors. The enhanced ballistic protection also was a bonus. So I definitely think this is usable. In World War III, when you all get drafted, most of you are not going to have helmets this good. But if I can afford it, I don't know. You know, that little extra bit makes me feel a little bit safer. But since I'm holding both in my hand, I get to choose. I think I'm going to go with this only for the fact that the comfort, the weight, for long-term using, long-term wearing it, that is a big winner for me. That is a big winner, the comfort and the weight. Another thing is you got to ask yourself is, are you planning on using your helmet in the next 5 years? Because this is something I see no one talking about. Helmet technology is going to completely fundamentally change in the next half a decade. We have a lot of people very angry, a lot of other people, a lot of people who want stuff that other people have, and they're hurting each other over it. And with that is going to come innovation. Is your helmet going to be even relevant in 5 years? At the end of the day, in loot terms, this is a common loot drop, and this is a rare or epic loot drop. But if you're like me, and I know I am, and money is not cheap, which is better? To have a full kit of common loot or 1 or 2 items of rare or epic loot? Food for thought. Hard-Ed Veterans versus Team Wendy Exfil Ballistic. You make the decision. I will catch you guys later. Why not both? I invented a level 5 helmet. Level 6 3A plus 3A is level 6B. Subscribe.